The book of lust is hard and dirty. No one can read the damn things.
Hey folks, Dave here, returning with Geralt of Rivia to the Blood and Wine expansion pack in The Witcher 3. And today we're going to finish up the last part, at least I think what's going to be the last part, of the Wine Wars series of side quests. And we're going to figure out who's been behind a bunch of attacks on a number of local vineyards. I'm going to head out the western side of Beauclair, the capital city. And we're going to head over to the Bellegarde Vineyard, which has recently been bought by the proprietor of a smaller vineyard. And we're kind of mixed up in a competition over Bellegarde between a few smaller vineyards, with some mysterious third party hiring mercenaries to attack a lot of these smaller vineyards as they vie for control of Bellegarde specifically. It's a bit convoluted, so if you guys are lost, you're going to want to go back in the playlist and watch the first couple parts of this side quest series to get caught up.
The more you beat them, the better they are.
Well, she looks kind of despairing.
My desire for Bellegarde to pass into capable hands was no idle whim, for the vineyard's fallen upon hard times since its previous owner's demise. I've been told of workers dying on their rounds, monsters prowling about. Before anyone can call this home, they will have to deal with these, inconveniences. That is the minister's wish.
More work for me, I guess.
If you're willing, I'd gladly accept your help.
It's all about the money.
Can do it, but not for free.
A fair price.
More or less agreed already.
Excellent! You truly are a boon from the heavens.
Miss, come with me, please. We've formalities to attend to.
Of course.
So, it looks like now that I've completed the side quest parts for the two smaller vineyards, it's time to actually take care of Bellegarde's problems. Got an encounter over there, a monster nest, and it looks like, oh goody, a bandit hideout. It's been a good while since I massacred some highway robbers. Ready to dive back in and dispense some justice. Come on, Roach. Let's go to... yeah, let's go to that one first.
Hey, yeah.
Aye, pigs can fly.
Just get off my back.
We got darkness falling here. Why not head into the woods where all the wolves are howling? Looks like we got a panther up here. And down he goes. Wait, how far away am I from this point? Did I leave Roach behind way too early? I did. Oh well. It's getting dark. Let's not ride Roach right through the forest. Let's just jog up the hill. Let me check too. I've got most of my potions. Let's see where my swords are. Okay, they're in decent shape. Arch spores, no thanks. There's no contract out on those, and I am really tired of fighting them. Let's carry on up here and see what our actual task is. That's spores. Nope. Giant centipedes. Okay. That I can deal with. That was a mistimed dodge. Like good freeze there. Another good freeze. Oh, almost got him completely gone. Ooh, nice. Oh, that is disgusting. I must have killed him as he went under the ground again. One last sword hit. Ah. Right underneath me, huh? Let's get a whirl in. He goes for the spin. I'm gonna get Quen up. Oh, that was an amazing hit. I like T-balled him right there. Right as he jumped, I swung. That was perfect. Not bad at all. Well, I see a dead worker here, it looks like. That's part of his waist and legs. 100 crowns. Letter to Gregory Pickside. Dear sir, I trust this letter finds you in good health. As per our earlier correspondence, yada yada, I'd like to commission a geological survey for the most fitting soil for expanding our vineyard's acreage. Well, that explains why I was so far out here in the middle of nowhere. Messenger should have given you my retainer. Don't put too much faith into the rumors which various beggars and vagrants have been spreading. We in this area do not have any problems with giant centipedes or monsters of any sort, and you may begin your work at once with no need to fear. That was from the Count, who previously owned the Bellegarde vineyard, I believe. Not sure if he was ignorant or just didn't care what happened to his surveyors, but the surveyors' camp got thoroughly destroyed here. Okay. You are a monstrosity. Our next point is going to be a little ways away, so I'm probably going to get Roach and ride on over. Okay, Roach, let's head out. think I'm gonna wait until it's a little bit closer to morning to get some of my potions back. Well, 4 a.m. is still quite dark. I thought it was gonna be lighter than that. There we go. 5 o'clock it is. Let's check and see. I think we're going directly south. I'll duck next to town because I'm not sure. Oh, I do know what that manor is. That's the one that had the Elven quest attached to it. If you guys want to see that side quest that took place at that manor, it's actually in my main Blood and Wine playthrough playlist because I ran into the citizen on the road who needed help and stopped off from the main quest to take care of things. Roach still does not like bridges. Oh man, this landscape is just beautiful. It's like a painting. Minus whatever monstrosities we've got ahead of us here. That's a bear. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Roach here because I think we've got more centipedes, I bet. Get a whirlwind. Balled up. Alright, Geralt, roll. There's one. Oh, come on, that bomb should have got you good. Come on, come again. There we go. Get some whirl started up here. Wonder if Yurden would actually pin him to the ground. Ah, it does. And down he goes. Disgusting. Ah. Giant mandibles.
Giant centipede spawning ground. Should destroy it.
Ooh. We got a nest here. What goodies might be hidden inside? Not much. One Greater Ard runestone though. Or is that Pran runestone? Which one is that? Soraya. Perun. That's the adrenaline point game ones. I don't use those very often. Got a dead commoner here with a list bearing Belgard seal. Okay, this took place after the Count's death. All care and management of Belgard has fallen to me. I turn to you for help. You are the best Robdo monster in the Duchy? What kind of sorcerer is that? You're also a dear friend. Please do not refuse me your services. Before his death, Count Crespi ordered an extraordinary valuable batch of seedlings, and if we do not plant them in the very near future, they shall wither and perish. Sadly, the Count left no record of where we should plant them. The geologist, whom the Count had summoned to show us the most fitting soil, collected his hefty retainer and then disappeared. I would not be surprised to learn that he was a common cheat. Nope, he died a horrible, horrible death. But let us get to the heart of the matter. I wish to ask you to use your rhabdomanical talents. What kind of sorcery is that? To locate where we could plant these valuable vines. It must be like soil divination wizardry or something. I trust you shall take pity on an old friend and see to the task right away. Your friend, Fiery Pyres. Be careful, for ever since the Count's death, this area is not as safe as it once was. Well, that's putting it mildly. Oh, these things are horrific. Go ahead and take a swallow potion. Top my health off there. So that just leaves one final problem.
Whoa there, Roach.
Hello, good night. I'll lope down the hill here over Roach's archenemy, the bridge. Let's see what's going on down here. Man, roads like this just do not feel safe at all. All this forest cover, there's just so many monsters through here. How many people disappear along these roads? Although I think what we have up here looked to be some kind of bandit encampment that was marked. No. What is this? Well, lots of dead bodies, par for the course though. It's like an albino... What would that be? Albino draconid, possibly a forktail? Lizard. Stay back, you. Oh, he's got fire breath. What? Guys, I'm fighting a dragon. A little baby stunted dragon. This is amazing. Down you go. He hits pretty hard. Oh man. Dying gasp right there. And everyone's moving back in, and as usual we have a cart full of mutilated bodies of family members here. Ugh. This guy appears to have some kind of note on him.
Fetch this empty dead, sweep up here, botch it.
There's the letter with Castel Ravello's seal. Rumors about Bellegarde's overtaxed condition are not exaggerated. In my opinion, there's no point for you waiting for the new owner. The procedures involved in transferring such an important vineyard will last months, and meanwhile, the estate will fall into ruin. You wrote you had to fire all the vineyard's guards, who will now protect you from wild animals. You know well how many of them lurk in the Caraberta woods. They could attack you at any moment. I worry for you. I've already spoken to Master Fabricio, and he thinks a skilled steward such as yourself will quickly find work over here, so stop playing the hero and come join me. I await your imminent arrival, your loving cousin Emile Castel Ravello. Trying to remember all of our names and connections here. I think that was a pretty significant reveal of who's been behind some of the disasters here. But I might be wrong. This questline has taken me 3 episodes over the course of a month to complete, so I've kind of forgotten a few things here and there. Clean up these monster guts for him. So let's see, what was that thing? Slizzards. They're often mistaken for wyverns or forktails. I definitely did. Make no mistake, they're terribly dangerous and nasty. While a wyvern can tear apart and devour an untrained man in seconds, only a slizzard can first bake him to a crisp with a waft of fiery breath. Yeah, the fire breath actually caught me by surprise, although I think most of the attacks that really hurt me there were his physical ones, like the tail swing. Roach, are you causing problems again? Blocking the road. Okay. Let's go back and see Matilda, who we've helped take control of Bellegarde Vineyard, and let's see if we have any answers for what has been going on here in these wine wars. Sounds like a monster. Also sounds like I don't have a contract for it, so on I go.
Whoa there, Roach.
You there, peasant. Stop pissing in the bushes and take care of my horse. Seriously. Right in front of the main house, too. That's disgusting. With the owner just over here. Oh, I just made a giant circle. I thought that... I was following the map tracking. It told me to go around that way. For no reason. Oh, cool. Is this the wine storage? Nice. Guys, I just love stuff like this where there's just so much detail. Like, when I'm not recording, especially, you'll find me wandering through places like this just to take it all in, because it just feels like such a real place. I mean, how many people never even look down here? Is that wine or blood? Nothing on my Witcher senses. But there goes an autosave. So who knows?
Richard, how good of you to come. Any news?
Doing a great job here.
For a woman, you mean?
For anyone. Learned long ago not to judge men and women by different standards.
That's nice to hear. I'd dreamt of running this vineyard since I was a child. My mother was a washmate, found a position here. She would bring me along, and while she laundered the linens, I would play with the cats. Lady Vermentino always fed me sweet grapes. And for a few brief moments, I would imagine she was my mother, even wish it so. When my real mother passed away, the Vermentinos took me in. They had no children of their own. Thus, I became Matilda de Vermentino. In the end, I got my dream. Though at times, I'm still tortured by the thought that my secret wish might have brought about my birth mother's death.
Well, I don't think that's very likely. Probably just an unfortunate coincidence, but I actually feel a little bit better now about helping Matilda get a hold of this vineyard, seeing she did have childhood aspirations to run it, so...
Shouldn't have any more problems with the vineyard. You can start operating normally again.
Splendid! And thus, officially, by the power vested in me, I grant you title to the Bellegarde vineyard, and trust that you shall restore it to its former glory, mademoiselle.
I shall do everything in my power. Thank you. You're truly worth your weight in gold. Ah, if my mother could see this. She always wanted a better future for me. And now, thanks to you, I might actually have one. Here, your reward as agreed.
Thanks. Good luck.
Okay, so that completes the Bellegarde portion of Wine Wars. Let me check my quest list and see if we have any additional Wine Wars quests left to go. Also, Matilda's eyes at this distance are solid red. That is terrifying. Well guys, we didn't really get a whole lot of closure, but again, I'm pretty happy with my decision to help Matilda take control of the Bellegarde vineyard. But I did some Googling, and it's actually possible to do a more neutral, kind of feel-good ending for this Wine Wars series of side quests, but it's very hard to do. You guys remember that random cellar that I hunted down thanks to my investigations in the two smaller vineyards from last episode? Well, if you complete those side objectives for the first two vineyards first, and then end up at that cellar earlier in the quest line before helping anyone actually take control here at Bellegarde, then there'll be a different note there in the cellar, and you'll be able to figure out who has been behind the archspore attacks on these two smaller vineyards from Matilda, and I've forgotten the other guy's name, but not Matilda. And basically what happens is you have the option to inform the duchy that there has been sabotage, and at that point Matilda and the other vineyard owner will take control of Bellegarde together as a team and will become romantically involved. And they'll actually even name a wine after Geralt. You can actually choose the name and get some delivered to your vineyard. Again, it's very hard to do that particular quest line because it's all dependent on the order of operations. You have to complete enough of the side objectives for those first two smaller vineyards to be able to find that cabin in the basement, but not enough to help one person gain control of Bellegarde. Because if that happens, then you don't have the option to report on the third party interfering with those vineyards, and you progress as I did. If you're curious though, the person behind the attacks on those smaller vineyards was actually Count Crespi, who was a victim in the main storyline of the Beast of Beauclair. And he also, I believe, used archspores when he lost his own personal vineyard to sabotage it. He lost it because of debt or taxes or something like that, if I'm reading this correctly. Anyway, that's a shame that we missed out on the neutral side quest, but everything here at Bellegarde does seem to be running quite nicely. So I won't call this a bad ending, just not as neutral as it could have been. Peasants, please. I'm trying to read the sign.
As a whole suffers from a disconnect
Oh, you bleating bumble.
Oh, cool. It's an announcement. Matilda Vermentino has become the new owner of Bellegarde Vineyard, leading to the consolidation of the lands of Vermentino and Bellegarde. Neat. Well, guys, this was a little bit shorter of an episode. So I'm going to finish things off by jogging over to this one last location and seeing what's going on here. One last bit of exploration before I call it a night.
Your bones are aching again.
Roach, it's time for more adventure. As my cape flies, that's just awesome.
Was it not you?
Looks like our location's gonna be just up here. I'm gonna hide Roach in the bushes, go in on foot. Well, I see humans and destroyed buildings, so this feels like a bandit camp.
Come on, come closer.
Back off. Oh, one exploded there. Gotta love that exploding Quen shield. And he cleaved him in half. And him too. Gruesome, but effective. Did that clear the place out? I just noticed that guy actually had spilled coins around his body, not just that little loot bag. I've never noticed that before. Oh, he must have died after one of the art hits. He's just peacefully sitting there. So this is not actually a location where you can help people move back in. It's just hidden treasure. Gardener's Key, and orders from Greybill Pelgrim. Take out that ding-a-ling Quile. The bumhole peeping weed yankers trying to get us killed. That caravan was armed to the teeth this time. He tipped off his black-plated buds at the embassy, I'm sure of it. We still slaughtered a lot of them, the lot of them of course, but lost a few good lads of our own. Since Kyle, I assume that's Kyle, means to diddle our derrieres, let's diddle Kyle. Grab him, scorch his heels, and find out where he's hid his share of the previous raid. He can't possibly have lost all of it playing Gwent. Once you've got that, time for him to dance the Grim Fandango. That is very wordy. The Inconstant Gardener. Scan the workshop and find the chest with loot. Mostly just junk right now. That's locked. Oh, there he is. He's hanging from that tree right there. That's grim. It's kind of what I was expecting, though. I got some brown armor dye. That's pretty rare. Not bad. Anything up here in this shack? What a crappy place to live. It's falling apart completely. That's locked too, huh? Where could he have hidden his share of the loot? Oh. Well, that's kind of obvious. What a terrible hiding place. You have all this rubble, and you hide it behind a bunch of barrels. Ooh, that's some seriously good money, though. And some armor, too. Journal kept by Quail or Kyle or something like that. 21st day of service, so diddling bored. There's really sod all to do here. Quick morning rounds enough to water all the plants. Flower bed in front of the embassy doesn't demand much care either. And so it goes day after day. Maybe tonight I'll take a jaunt to San Sebastian and play a hand of Gwent. Oh, so I wonder if this is just where he was living while taking care of the embassy. And the trashiness of it is because of his bandit friends. 22nd day of service. So the next day, bloody Gwent. Lost a whole month's wages. Next month's too. Racked up debts with that Greybill Pellegrin. Heard he doesn't let such things slide. Got to scrounge up a few florins somehow, or this might end badly for me. Overheard the ambassador, wine transport, imperial court, unused operational wherewithal. My guess, they mean a sack stuffed with florins. Information like that could be worth a fortune to a lad from the right part of town. Greybill Pellegrin slaughtered the caravan's guards, snatched all its cargo, had the gall to deliver a pouch of coin to me at the embassy, said it was my share. I spit on his coin, but I'm afraid I'll need it soon enough. I hid what he gave me in a safe place. Ever since old Ralph died, no one buys wooden planters anymore, so his workshop's the perfect hiding spot. Okay, so this is someone else's house then. He must have lived in the city. Greybill told me to keep my ears open at the embassy to find out when they'll have another caravan to grab. As if an afterthought, he added the guard commander would be quite shocked to learn about my role in the previous hijacking. I stole the next convoy's route from the secretary's office. It's the price I must pay for my idiot idea of going in cahoots with Greybill Pellegrin. 31st day of service. The transport set off. This time it's escorted by Arnold ap Blurum, commander of the embassy guard. Greybill's men don't know they're in for a fight against elite soldiers. When he finds out, then it's time to get out of here. The coin that I set aside should be enough to start afresh somewhere far, far away. Mocked seems like a good direction. Wow, and the bandits still managed to slaughter all of the elite guards. That's pretty wild. Well guys, we only have one thing left to do for the Wine War side quest, and I actually meant to do this before this little side route. Here we are. While helping Liam restore his vineyard to its former glory, Geralt, nosy as ever, came upon a letter. He learned of a worker who was disloyal and was selling spiced wine on the side at quite a premium. He had buried his loot beneath a pile of manure. Ah, so that's going to actually be at Liam's vineyard, guys. Let's just fast travel up there and pick up the coin that, I mean, honestly, we should probably turn it into Liam, but it's not really his. I mean, his worker was stealing from him, sure, and making a profit off of it, but I'm just gonna duck back into his vineyard and take away those ill-gotten gains from the hiding spot. What he doesn't know won't hurt him. Anymore, I guess. The guy's dead. He can't steal from him anymore. And here we are at Liam's vineyard.
I stock the larder of the Duchessa herself.
Let's find that hidden gold and call this quest line complete.
What's your stones?
Oh wow, I haven't even been over here yet. Look at this, guys. They've got like a koi pond going on over here. Now this is pleasant. Yeah, screw you two, cat.
Well met.
Love details like this. Actually, I wonder, this is inside of the search area. Did he hide it somewhere near the pond? I don't see anything. I guess there wouldn't really be a pile of manure next to the pond, but there would be at the stable right here. Or is that hay?
I do what they pay me to do. That's it.
Find the stash in the manure pile. Ah, now this looks like a manure pile. How has no one else found that yet?
Stench.
It's just sticking out of there. What are you guys doing mining rocks right next to a treasure chest? I mean, come on. I know you don't own the vineyard, but you could at least check it out. Florins and gold. Quest line was titled "Gold Doesn't Stink." Well, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this Wine Wars quest. Again, while we don't have the most neutral ending, Matilda is happy, and Liam seems to be doing just fine at his old vineyard. So, even though he doesn't have Bellegarde as his own, I think he'll be just fine. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.